Memphis Grizzlies by 2 over Philadelphia. Got a couple of minutes here with the head coach of the Grizzlies, Taylor Jenkins. Great to see you, Coach. Thanks for your time. I understand you've enjoyed a little Park City action, right?
Yeah, great to see you guys as well. I mean, we've been coming out here all 5 years that I've been with the Grizzlies. Phenomenal. I mean, the Jazz are unbelievable hosts. Salt Lake City, unbelievable hosts. But, you know, skipping up to the mountains for a little bit, it's not a bad excuse.
You know, Coach, it's amazing to see Summer League and how this works, because a little slow for for Memphis and Philadelphia.
Sure.
Hit those early threes. What's happened to this Grizzlies team of yours? They've caught fire. Seems like the pace has kind of gone their way.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely started on the defensive side for us, and then we started getting a few more stops. I loved our full court pressure, some of our guard play, just trying to disrupt Philly's offense, you know, keeping them off balance. I thought that we're throwing out a zone right now, which is kind of complicating some things for us. But if we can ignite with our defense, you know, get that ball moving, finding the open man. Cam Spencer comes in, knocks down a couple of threes. Jalen Wells gets going there, you know, a couple of minutes ago. So encouraging signs. You know, doesn't matter if you're down 13 or 14. No lead is safe. Luckily, our guys have been battled back, but the big focus is the defensive side.
Coach, you know what else is exciting? As a former big in this league,
Here we go.
I thought at some point, you know, big wasn't sexy anymore.
Yeah.
The league was going another way. Talk to us about Zach Edey and the way what he does translates from college to today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, so many encouraging signs from, you know, the game the other night. You know, obviously he has that tip in, you know, just the fire that he plays with. Obviously had an unbelievable collegiate career at Purdue. We're going to try to expand his game a little bit more. You know, I think he can be a threat on the inside, on the post, as you said, bringing that back a little bit. But I loved his screen setting. He loves to facilitate with dribble hand. He's not there, and then just figuring out the nuances, you know, with the speed of play. You know, defensively, he's going to be in drop coverage. We're going to try to stretch him to guard the perimeter a little bit more, because he's got that competitive fire. But goes in, has, you know, 4, 5, 6 blocks, alters shots, you know, can clear out guys and let a teammate get a rebound, or he's going to hold off a guy and go get a rebound. So many of the qualities that we really love in our bigs, and I think he's going to be a great addition to our group, because we can play different styles with him on the floor. You know, big, and play with smalls around him as well. But seeing him getting up in the floor, you know, with altitude in game 1, I was really encouraged.
You know, Coach, I really enjoyed the matchup, and maybe for Edey, it was good to see Walker Kessler, right? 327 block shots in his first 2 years with the Jazz. But that was a fun matchup. 2 bigs in a Summer League game, by the way. And then the way the game turned out, overtime.
I mean, this crowd was going crazy. I mean,
it had a regular season or a playoff feel to it.
It sure did. I mean, Walker definitely got the best of Zach a couple possessions early in the game, you know, going vertical. He had one late in the game, too. You know, the coach challenged it, and it was a successful challenge. But then, you know, Zach had his moments, too, of finishing, you know, against that size. I mean, Walker is a phenomenal young big. He's got a knack for blocking shots and altering shots, but Zach kind of figured it out as they're going. But that's a great first test, you know, in this Summer League campaign for our guys. And as you said, the way it finished, you know, we came up on the short end at the end of the game. Obviously, Keontae had a hell of a game, but our guys battling for the full 40, and then in overtime, just those winning plays that, you know, are magnified. Great learning opportunity for them.
Obviously, Coach, injuries hampered you this past season. And one, John Moran, obviously, he's a big part of what you do. Talk to us about this coming year, your expectations, maybe what you're looking for, some pieces here that will fit in, besides Edey, obviously, that will fit in to take you to that next level.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's been released out there, John. It's go time. So very encouraged, you know, medically cleared, you know, full go, you know, crossed all the hurdles. He's been phenomenal with his rehab. Now it's full go basketball with him, with all contact. And, you know, now it's been, you know, more on the body, you know, getting that back into the right spot. But now he's full go basketball-wise and having his basketball plan. But, you know, our expectation is just continue more growth. I mean, obviously the West is stacked right now. You know, so much great talent, so many, you know, competitive teams. We got to get back to, you know, where we were 2 years ago, but that wasn't good enough. You know, our sense of urgency's got to go up a level, offensively, defensively, trust, sacrifice, all the things that matter into winning. Health definitely, you know, factors into that, but luckily we're in a good spot health-wise, and getting some of our young guys opportunities here, seeing the growth that Gigi Jackson showed, you know, last season, Jake LaRavia, the way he finished the end of season, you know, our rookie class right here, Zach, obviously with a, you know, first, you know, game, you know, really successful. Cam Spencer, Jalen Wells, you know, a lot of guys that kind of fit the mold of a Grizzlies player that can play on both sides of the floor, and, you know, hopefully get them integrated, but they're going to have to earn that opportunity because we got a pretty deep team.
Right.
Coach, before we cut you loose, what was your thoughts just on the finals with Boston? The defense was superb. And also, you get the 3-ball working against Dallas. They were able to shut down and really make it sometimes a 1-man or a 1.5-man game with Kyrie and Luka. But defense still has a purpose in this league along with that 3-point shot.
Yeah, I mean, when you got all 5 guys committed to that side of the floor, it's hard to beat. And I think Boston is one of the best, if not the best, efficiency-wise. But the interchangeability of their 5 guys, whether you're starting coming off the bench, those guys, the way they communicate, the way they switch, the way they kind of predict what the offense is going to do to shut them off. It was a phenomenal matchup. Obviously, Dallas had a great run through the Western Conference playoffs and, winning the Western Conference finals. But then they ran up to a team that had an answer for you on both sides of the floor. Got the 3-ball going, could beat you a lot of different ways offensively, especially defensively. When you got 5 guys committed to guarding on the perimeter, playing with a level of physicality, covering each other's back, making those multiple efforts, it was hard to beat.
Yeah, Porzingis, only 2 games, but each time he was on the floor, big impact.
Big impact. I mean, when you got a guy that, can protect the rim but also play it on the perimeter, you can switch 1 through 5. I guess, obviously, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving and a team that was rolling offensively, he made a substantial impact defensively, but also he can play a little bit on the offensive side, too.
Hey, we want to thank your time. Since you sat down, there's been 7 lead changes here in the 3rd quarter.
I can see it. I'm having a great time with you guys. I get back locked in this game. It's back and forth right now.
Hey, we appreciate your time. And right on cue, the buzzer sounds. You can get back to your seat. Taylor Jenkins, head coach of Memphis. Thanks for the time.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm in this